Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Examine the Videos. Today we are going to see about smoking and periodontal disease. Generally, smokers see smoking as a style factor or as a stress relieving vent. Nowadays we can see even ladies resorting to cigarette, but actually smoking is harmful to almost every organ in the body. It is associated with disease like lung cancer, heart disease, bronchitis and cancers of oral cavity in particular. It may also reduce the life expectancy of the smoker by up to 20 years. Now, let us take a brief look at the harmful contents present in the cigarette. It contains carbon monoxide, sticky tar, 60 unknown carcinogenics like arsenic and benzopyrene. The sticky tar also stains the palatal surface of the upper and lower anteriors. Nicotine, which is the most addictive content present in the cigarette, reaches the brain within 10 seconds after lighting the cigarette. It is important to assess the smoking status of an individual before beginning treatment. Smoking status can be divided into three: smoker, former smoker and non-smoker. The first one is smoker, that is, those who have smoked more than 100 cigarettes in their lifetime and are currently smoking. The second is former smokers. These are the individuals who have smoked more than 100 cigarettes but they do not smoke currently. The last is non-smoker. These individuals wouldn't have smoked more than 100 cigarettes and they do not smoke currently. Since the variation in the frequency and quantity of smoking varies from time to time, for example, a person who has smoked 10 cigarettes a day for 5 years and the next 2 years he would have smoked only 2 cigarettes a day. Because of this variation, we calculate the exposure to smoking through pack years. To calculate this, we need to do some simple mathematics. In this, one pack of cigarette is considered to have 20 cigarettes and pack year is calculated by multiplying number of packs smoked per day into the number of years of smoking. For example, if a person smokes half packet of cigarette for 10 years, his cigarette exposure is half multiplied with 10 years, which is equal to 5 pack years. Now let us see the effects of smoking on the severity of periodontal disease. Take a look at this table. We can see that gingival inflammation and bleeding on probing is reduced in gingivitis due to smoking. At the same time, in periodontitis, it has worsened the condition by increasing the pocket depth, tissue destruction and ultimately contributing to the tooth loss. Now let's move on to smoking cessation. There are 5 A's involved in any such program, where we need to ask about their history of smoking. Then we advise about its harmful effects. After that, we assess their willingness to quit. If they show some amount of willingness, we may assist by guiding them with the best plan suitable for that individual. Then we should arrange for the follow-up or refer them to appropriate cessation services. Okay, let's look at the methods available for quitting. The very first step in this is to set a quit date. This helps that individual prepare himself psychologically. Second important part is willpower. The success percentages purely depend on that individual dedication and willpower. Nevertheless, individuals who have failed might try repeatedly with better understanding and vigor. Third method is self-help materials. There are a whole lot of articles and images present in the internet which teaches the smokers regarding its ill effects and the positive aspects gained by quitting. As a dentist, we should guide them towards the helpful materials. Next is NRT. NRT stands for Nicotine Replacement Therapy. NRT generally doubles the success rate as it helps with craving and withdrawal when a person quits smoking. Although it does contain nicotine, it does not contain the toxic products such as tar and carbon monoxide. There are patches that can be stuck on the skin. Chewing gums are also available with its quitting plan available in the packet. The individual may select any type of NRT whichever suits him the best. Next method is the usage of drug called bupropion, which is highly effective in quitting smoking. This drug should be consumed only under the advice of physician. Few things the individual should remember is that they should learn to say a polite no when their friends or circumstances tempt them to smoke. For example, a hero smoking in a movie might be a triggering factor. Okay, now let us take a look at this table, which clearly explains the effect of smoking on the response of periodontal therapy. On the whole, there is a decreased reduction in pocket depth, reduced gain in clinical attachment, and increased risk of implant failure. And finally, the chances of losing a tooth is high in spite of undergoing periodontal therapy if the patient continues to smoke. We conclude that smoking is a major risk factor of periodontitis and smoking cessation should be an integral part of a periodontal therapy. With this, we have come to the end of this topic. Now, let's see today's bonus fact. Cornea is a part of our body that does not have any blood supply. If you like this video, share and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.